to my channel. My name is Sherry and I have been AWOL for quite some time now. I apologize for that. I have been experiencing life and it's not always fun, as you know, so I have had to have a little break. Anyway, I hope to be back now. That is my intention, is to be back with the daily readings, the daily tarot readings. However, today I found a reading that I want to share with you. I've read it 3 times already this morning. I really don't know how long it's going to take me to read it to you. So it's about the twin flame journey, and it's called Twin Flames, Understanding the True Purpose and the Energetic Dynamics. If this interests you, great. I'll put up some pretty pictures and you can just, whatever, chill, close your eyes, get comfortable. Because like I said, this might be like half an hour or more, I'm not sure. So if you're not up for that, cool. Okay, so chill. All right. This is the author of this. Let me just get this out here, get this out of the way. So, I am plagiarizing sort of, but with permission. I have permission to share this message. So come on, where are you? Sorry, I should have had this ready. Oh my goodness. A lot of messages. It resonated with a lot of people, apparently. Totally resonated with me. Like, I haven't been able to put my spiritual beliefs into words quite like this, but this is everybody's individual, right? So everyone has an individual belief and all that, but this is pretty close to what I believe. So she says here, the texts I share are always based on my own intuition and or on experiences of clients, friends, and my own. I do not claim what I share to be the ultimate truth. I encourage everyone to only take what resonates, to find your own truth and wisdom. As this is universal wisdom, I do not claim any copyright. Please feel free to share this content as long as you keep its message complete so that the meaning does not get twisted. Thank you. From Vera. Her website is thewakeupexperience.eu. And I'll put a link in the description for this video so you can check her out. Okay, so it starts here. Remark: this article contains a lot of information which is valid for people in their ascension process who are not in a twin flame connection just the same. By no means this article intends to prefer twin flames over any other type of soul connection. It is written with the twin flame focus to assist people going through this very challenging process and to create a better understanding of what is happening, of what's happening. If you are in a twin flame dynamic, all this information might be overwhelming first. Let it settle in and feel into you and reread it. In many cases, you'll come back to this article later again. We have to learn and take in a lot in a short time to be prepared to be a way shower, leading by inspiration, but also have to be patient with ourselves while going through this process. You meet this person, look them into the eyes, and are sucked in like by a tractor beam. The magnetic feeling is so intense, nothing you've ever experienced before. And you know, this is what I've been searching. This is what I have been waiting for my whole life. Now I'm going to live happily ever after. I have found the person that makes me whole, the one that completes me, right? Nope. The twin flame journey is not about romance in the first place, and we have to learn that the hard way. Especially in the beginning, when the just described bubble love phase ends abruptly. Our egos kick back in when we return into 3D reality, and a painful push and pull becomes the new normal, in most cases ending in a painful separation. It does not really help to have the other person in our mind 24/7. We feel like going insane with all the fears, worries, doubts, and symptoms showing up, and we're asking ourselves, what is it that I've gotten into here, and why can I not let go of this? There have been many articles written about the twin flame phenomenon, the process and the stages we are going through. So no need to repeat this here. One thing that is not written much about, although it is so important to understand, is the purpose and especially the energetic dynamics between twin flames and how they work. Understanding those two and learning the language of energy will help immensely to move forward in this journey. Why are twin flames here? We often mistake the twin flame connection as a romantic experience because the feelings are so intense. It is nothing we have ever experienced before, yet our ego mind tries to relate it to something we know, having fallen madly in love. That is not it. Being a couple can be the icing on the cake at a later stage. But before we can have that, there is much work to do. The quicker we let go of this idea for now, the faster we move forward. The bubble love phase, these beautiful and intense connections where we get lost in space and time, and we just run on these amazing vibes we feel, becomes our personal bait, the carrot in front of our nose pulling us forward. It is kind of like the universe is saying, here's what you can have. Get a little taste of paradise on earth. This is how living in the fifth dimension feels. But now get back into the 3D with you and get to work. It seems to be the cruelest thing to us to lose what we wanted and loved most. We are left alone. We feel abandoned, unwanted, and completely confused and devastated. We start chasing the other person or running away. We are searching for answers, stumble upon the first articles on twin flames, and learn that this is different from what we have experienced ever before. We're kicked into the spiritual world, and we awaken on speed to a new reality. It is a roller coaster ride we've never experienced before, and we just want it all to end. All we want is to be with that person. We just don't know how, because our head is trying to find solutions on a 3D ego mind level within the learned behavioral patterns and templates. There is one thing guaranteed, though. We will never find our answers from a 3D ego mind perspective. Everything we had learned and taken on from the 3D matrix programming through societal conventions, education, school, church, the news, the governments, marketing, etc., does not apply to this experience. Even more than that, the twin flame journey forces us to drop all of it. Only then a reunion becomes possible. We'll explore further why this is the case. Twin flames are leaders in a spiritual sense, not in a status/ego sense. It is a leadership by inspiration, showing a way of life that is completely different to the old paradigm of 3D. We are leaving the breadcrumbs for people to start their own quest back to their true authentic self and essence. To understand what that really means and why we're feeling pushed to transform and change so much, we have to take a closer look into the true purpose of twin flames. Purpose number 1, building and strengthening the new earth energetic grid. Twin flames go on a search when they are going through the painful experience of the push and pull and separation phase. This phase has not only the purpose to heal, remember our wholeness, it's not only the purpose to heal the individuals, it also serves to connect with other twins all over the world to exchange experiences, assisting and supporting each other in the process and in their different missions. They're fun missions. This is not a burden. We're finding our tribe and are cooperating and co-creating with each other. Twins and other way showers, gatekeepers, and grid keepers are strategically positioned all over the planet to hold, anchor, and build important locations or gates to support the distribution of the new energy all over Earth. Some will be positioned permanently in one spot, building new community models, new ways of autark living, new ways of education, new ways of economy, etc., while others are travelers, always ready to follow the next calling into the next region where light and love is needed. Purpose number 2, supporting ascension of the planet and humanity. Twin flames have incarnated at this crucial time on Earth to assist the planet's and humanity's ascension. They are walking side by side with other ascended beings. There are tons of labels for them: starseeds, earth angels, light workers, grid workers, gatekeepers, etc., to assist raising the planet's and humanity's frequency. Twins already, before meeting the partner, carry a very high frequency code within. which gets activated after the first encounter in the physical, when the energies that have been separated for so long reconnect. It is an explosion of pure, unconditional love, a nuclear reaction. That's why it feels so unbelievably fantastic. This high vibe has nothing to do with romance. The energy supports and amplifies the embodiment of the higher dimensional frequencies and prepares the ground to build a new earth. The more the frequency is established, the more the collective is forced to shift too. We are here to support this transmutation by transforming low frequencies into high frequencies to free the planet from its 3D illusions and pain. Each twin and awakening being that is doing the inner transformation is adding to the quantum field of unconditional love, which accelerates the ascension of the planet and everything and everyone on it. Vice versa, we also ground the higher dimensional blueprints to manifest as new Earth onto the planet. Purpose number 3, healing the family lineage and the collective. Twin flames often incarnate into very dysfunctional families with a large imbalance of masculine and feminine energies. It can be either very abusive or very overprotected. Twin flames chose to experience living in an imbalance to understand how this feels like as it is needed to assist others to ascend later on. When twins awaken and understand their true purpose and start healing or remembering their wholeness, this has an effect on the whole family lineage. Twins shift the energetic field and timeline for the whole genetic past. In the embodiment phase, they are also releasing everything that is still stored in the physical cells or cellular memory and clear it so that the children incarnating through this lineage in the future will be born into the high vibes of 5D and beyond and onto New Earth directly. There will be no karma left. The same counts for healing collective pain. When twins have healed enough themselves and have gotten used to the transmutation process of energy, which happens through our heart centers, they will automatically participate more and more in transmuting energy for the planet. This will feel awkward in the beginning as we suddenly experience emotions from out of nowhere. Nevertheless, they just run through us and we do not engage in them as we have no resonance to the drama of the old world anymore. Purpose number 4, establishing the relationship and family templates. Twins are here to build inspiring showcases to the world to show how life can be very different from what was known before. We offer completely new perspectives that have nothing to do with the old, as it is based on a new source code of oneness, not on duality or separation. Life on New Earth is based on authenticity, freedom, and self-love for the individual, and oneness, compassion, and unconditional sharing within the community. All of this becomes possible when human ego has been transformed into a free spirit and the hearts have been fully opened to unconditional love. This will lead to a complete absence of fear. On New Earth, feminine and masculine energies are in complete balance, and it starts within us. The feminine, the creative, will prepare the fertile. The feminine, the creative, will prepare the fertile ground from the heart and deliver the possibilities and ideas, while the masculine part, as the creator, will focus, set clear intentions, and implement. Twins are first to reach this balance within themselves and then support spreading this via ripple effect and the connection to twins all over the planet. Twins are anchoring the new relationship and family templates, free from codependencies, duties, contracts, compromise. In a world without fear and insecurity, where everyone is valued for what they are, unconditional loving and living will be the new normal. Purpose number 5, establishing new societal templates. Closely related to the relationship and family templates are general societal templates for the 5th dimension. Also, these will be completely based on authenticity, compassion, freedom of the individual, healthy interdependency, oneness, and unconditional sharing. Honesty will be self-evident. Today, when you ask people to not tell a lie for one day, most would not be able to do so because our ego uses lies as a means of self-defense. This will be a thing of the past. We'll show a new way of living in harmony. Communities that care for each other are communities that care for each other, honor and respect the individual aspects of each and every one. The same counts for economy. Imagine a world without ego and honoring our natural form of being in complete balance. We would not need fashion, fancy cars, fancy watches, makeup, cosmetics, shampoo, deodorant, etc. Test it yourself and walk down a shopping street and count the shops you would truly need on New Earth and which ones would drop away. Amazing, huh? We won't even need money anymore when everyone does what they love and shares it with the whole organism. Another thing of the past will be governments and democracy, as each and every one is going to return to full auto-responsibility and back to following natural impulses and flow. There'll be no need for someone taking control and taking over responsibility for the collective. There'll be nothing to fight or discuss about, as everyone is happy and appreciated for who they are and what they contribute. Now that we've learned what the purpose of twin flames is, we know what we're being prepared for. We have to dive a bit further into the twin flame dynamics and process to understand what's happening for us and why this process is so challenging and painful in the beginning. And it's very important to understand how these dynamics work from an energetic point of view so that we can use it to move forward quickly and come into a state of inner peace and balance. Insight number 1, your twin is you. This is what many struggle with to understand when still in 3D thought and belief patterns. We slip into a victim role, we blame, we judge, we go into the he said, she said game, and we're focused on the other person, only seeing their alleged fears and problems they need to solve. Well, scratch that. The sooner the better. Of course, it is your choice. If you enjoy the 3D templates and the push and pull dynamics and the running and chasing game, then stick with it. There's only one guarantee. A permanent reunion with your twin will not be possible that way, and you will remain in an infinite loop of despair, longing, and pain. We have to understand that our twin is us. We are one energy field in 2 bodies. We share the same energetic signature like puzzle pieces clicking into each other. So what we blame or judge him or her for, we blame ourselves for. They are our ultimate mirror, and they give us exactly what we need for our own healing and growth. That is not always what our ego wants. So when you're blaming them for ignoring you, why are you ignoring yourself? When you complain about them not being honest about their feelings, why are you not honest yourself? This, by the way, prepares us to see the much bigger picture of oneness. It is not just the twin that we are one with. We are one with everything and everyone in this universe. And as we keep on evolving, we see more and more of this bigger truth. Insight number 2, it is all about you. Closely related to that is that we have to learn that it is always about us. And when we have understood that we are one, it makes sense, right? If we heal us, we heal both parts. Nothing happens to us. Everything happens for us. There is no me or him or her. There is only us. And the faster we focus on ourselves, on our own issues, our own healing, the quicker we will raise the frequency for us, our twin, and humanity, and feel much more balanced and whole. Working with our inner child, our ego, and learning the language of energy in order to transmute fear frequencies into love frequencies through gratitude and forgiveness are three key aspects. This process pushes us to become our true divine self and drop everything that is not authentic about us. It is triggering us until we have peeled off every conditioned layer and belief and have found back to self-love, a state of being without any self-doubt, hurt, insecurities, or other fears. Our ego loves to step in here and say, why do I have to do all the work and the other part is not taking any effort? Well, read the next insight to get a clearer perspective. Insight number 3. The feminine is in the lead. Once we've understood this, the second part to integrate into our awareness are the traits of the feminine and the masculine energies. The feminine energy is the creative energy. She creates with her intuition and her heart. She's preparing the energy field and is setting a certain frequency. Then the masculine energy, the creator energy, can follow with focus and commitment and manifest. It can never be the other way around. So if you are the more feminine part in the connection, carrying a bigger portion of feminine energy, which is independent from gender, you have to really take that in. If you're waiting for your twin to finally heal and get it, you'll wait until the cows come home. This will never happen, as he or she will simply follow your energy. If your intention in the energetic field is waiting or acting out of fear, he or she will do the same. If he, she, or they, sorry, pronouns. If you set the intention to move forward, change things, step into your mission, drop fears and parts that are not authentic about you, follow your true heart's desires, they will do the same. And you do not have to talk to your twin in the physical about this at all, as you're connected energetically through your heart centers. You will inspire him or her energetically. The more you find your inner reunion, the less you will still need or pull the energy from your twin. That also means that you make less and less energy available to your twin for them to suck from. As the more feminine part, we shift and transmute our fear or trauma patterns first, and then the masculine can follow. The more feminine part prepares the fertile ground, creates the circumstances energetically to pave the way for manifestation, always. Understand that the more masculine part needs you to do your job so that they can do theirs. A reunion becomes only possible when both have done their job. Insight number 4, silence is golden. A lot of confusion always comes up about the forced separation for twin flames. What we have to understand is that this separation is guided by our soul and has its purpose. Our soul wants us to focus on ourselves and our own issues and healing. The transformation happens a lot quicker if we're not distracted by the presence of our partner and are permanently in a situation where we pull energy from each other. That's codependency and exactly what we're meant to overcome. Moreover, we have to understand that our body is not ready to be able to stand these intense high frequencies we experienced in the bubble love phase for long, as we still carry a lot of old baggage and low fear frequencies. The friction between those two frequencies is too strong. Being with our twin would mean that we would simply burn out and our system would collapse. Therefore, recognize the gift of silence for your ultimate good and use this time to focus on your work instead of wasting energy into chasing and running away from your own lessons and job this way. Insight number 5, our inner child is a key holder. When we started our journey on Earth, it did not take long until we were completely caught up in the 3D game and programmed with false belief systems and templates. We took for granted what we learned. Everything was based on scarcity and competition. Being not good enough and having to be better, jump higher, perform more, that was our reality. We didn't question that maybe what schools, churches, governments, the industries, etc. taught us was not so true after all. So while growing up in our childhood, we were wounded and hurt because all of this programming was not in line with our true essence. Our fears and traumas that we experience today stem from that time. When we face a certain situation in our system, when we face a certain situation, our system recalls the memory of the past and reacts with the same protective strategy we came up with as a child. That results in anger attacks, crying, manipulation, etc. We end up in the same mess again and again until we realize that we have to empower our inner child to get rid of the pattern. And no one is better in triggering our inner child than our twin, so that we recognize it and heal it. The inner child, when still in sabotage mode, is the nurturer of the ego, giving it the fear patterns it needs to keep us in fear. When we make our inner child our best friend and get it to trust us completely, the ego cannot get any energy and is forced to transform into a higher frequency. Fear patterns are reprogrammed into love patterns this way. Insight number 6, acting out emotions is good. Another big distorted programming of the 3D matrix is that acting out emotions is inappropriate. Crying, screaming, shaking, but also loud laughing or singing in public is simply inadequate in this ego-based society. What we have to understand is that acting out emotions is a good thing. It's a natural reflex that we have for a reason. It's like energetic puking. Children naturally use that reflex. If they have an energy in their system that doesn't belong there, they scream, they cry, or shake to release it right away. And everything is cool again a couple of minutes later, until we teach them that it's not okay to behave that way. So we keep all this toxic energy in our system, and our emotional body gets an overload up to a point that can lead to serious depression. It starts passing on dense energies into the physical body, which stores it. At some point, it will manifest as muscle pains, inflammations first, and can lead to serious illnesses such as cancer, heart attacks, strokes, etc. So instead of blaming ourselves when we feel like crying or screaming, we need to turn it around and learn that we have to be thankful for the possibility to release it. We learn to allow emotions constructively without going into the drama. Compare it with a fish poisoning. Your stomach reacts with a natural reflex to throw up. If you fight that reflex and keep the food in your stomach, you can get very sick and even die. Do yourself a huge favor, and instead of blaming yourself, enjoy emotional releases with a big thanks that I can let that go now for good. That again transmutes the energy to a high frequency immediately. Insight number 7, start your mission now. Don't wait until your twin is ready to be with you to start your mission you came here for. That means to discover your essence and do what you love. You are supposed to reach a state of wholeness individually. The universe requires transformation and change, not waiting until you're both ready. You're here with specific gifts and tasks. Explore your childhood and personality to find out what they are and who you truly are, and start sharing your talents with the world to inspire others. It does not have to be big. Just by putting yourself out there, you're already creating a ripple effect. Redirecting energies into something useful helps again to transmute energies to high frequencies of love and compassion. Move forward with your life as if reunion was not happening and you're happy and whole on your own. But know in your heart that your twin will join once all energy blockages between the two of you are cleared. And remember, your mission is fun because you do what makes you thrive. As soon as it feels heavy and not in the flow, you know you are not in the frequency you want to be in. Insight number 8, we are transformers. When we have learned to release emotions with gratitude, we've had our first lesson in alchemy, because that's how transmutation of low frequencies into high frequencies works. Through gratitude and forgiveness, instead of blame and judgment, we raise the vibration quickly. This requires to take a different perspective and see the benefit in every situation. What does it teach me? What do I recognize about myself and for my own growth? Who did I meet that's important now to me that I would not have met? When we take a 5D view on things, we recognize the perfection and purpose in all our experiences and encounters. By learning the language of energy, understanding the universal laws and the process of creation, we recognize that we always have the steering wheel, and we can choose if we want to go down the road of fear or drive up the highway of love. Once we've learned this transmutation on a micro level, we will automatically start participating in doing this on a larger level for the planet. Although it might feel awkward in the beginning and can bring you some quite intense heartburns, it becomes something so normal that you will not even realize anymore when you're doing it. You become a walking purifier. We're starting to understand that we're part of a larger organism. Maybe now you can feel with liver cells and what they have to go through when they have to process all the toxic alcohol after heavy drinking and cleanse the physical body from it. Apart from that, we also transmute and translate the other way around. We're anchoring the high frequencies that are available in the higher dimensions by transforming them into a frequency where we can keep them in the physical realm. So please be aware, the battle between darkness and light is not an open war as we would imagine it to be. It's a battle that's taking place within each and every one of us, and it is our choice what we support with our energy. Choose wisely. Choose love. Insight number 9, we had to go through 3D school. Often we ask ourselves, why do I have to go through all this pain? As already mentioned, many twins chose very dysfunctional families to incarnate into a purpose. Why? Because the experience of the imbalance between masculine and feminine energies, an important reason for that is to fully understand the 3D programming and to experience for ourselves how duality feels and how it works. We had to understand that whole system in order to be able to hack it, infect it, and reprogram it with our light and love. Only that way we're able to develop a compassion for those who are going through the same experience, and we can go through their ego behavior straight into their heart and essence to hold the space for them on their individual journey. Insight number 10, your old life is supposed to be destroyed. That's another tough one to understand. How often do we hear from twins? My life is pretty stable and perfect until I met him or her, and actually I was happy. Sorry, but is that really true? Why could someone then have such an impact on you and you're ready in an instant to let your old life go? The twin flame journey is shaking you up for a purpose and challenges you to the deepest level. It forces you to find back to your unique essence to become your most authentic self. This leads you into dropping everything that's not authentic about you and is not resonating with your inner truth. So everything you only did to please other people or fulfill others' expectations will show up painfully until you let it go. Everything you did to hide behind a mask is blowing up into your face. Most twins experience huge losses, such as money, your home, people. The more you fight this process, the harder it'll get. We are tested if we trust the universal flow, despite dire circumstances, and whether we're attached to anything or anyone. We're challenged to drop all codependencies, contracts, etc., to reach complete freedom. We're driven to let go of the programmed beliefs and templates we took on and leave the 3D matrix for good. There's no place on New Earth for these old energies, and we realize we do not need any of it when we're happy and whole. In short, we're guided to find self-love to share it with our community. As we're all aspects of Source, self-love is the closest we can get to God because we are God in form. Insight number 11, reunion's only possible on a very high frequency level. Once we've found self-love and feel completely connected to Source, and we have let go of all distorted programming, fears, trauma, inauthentic behavior, etc., we've raised our frequency back to our natural frequency, our original twin vibe. That is pure bliss and compassion, pure divine love. When we've reached that state, we have ascended. We are now happy and whole by ourselves. We do not need anyone else to be happy, but we carry so much love for us and thus for God that all we want to do is share it with everyone. We see through all the illusions. Duality dissolves and we see the good and divine perfection in everything. We are completely free and have detached from the matrix and have awakened to the real reality. We are enjoying life and love to share and inspire without expecting anything from anyone. When we scream and cry, it feels just as good as when we laugh, dance, and sing. We've recognized what a great gift the twin flame journey is and are deeply grateful for everything it's brought to us. We live with ease. We have completely surrendered. We trust the universal flow, and we've let go of the expectation that reunion has to happen in this lifetime, as time and death loses its meaning too. And that is exactly the moment when the door possibly opens. And when you least expect it, your twin is there, ready to join the dance. I hope that you find value in this just as I did. And if you would like to start a discussion, absolutely feel free. Let's talk. Have an amazing day, you guys. Thanks for listening. Namaste.